Yeah. Jesus. Oh man.
All right. Are we there? Are we live?
Are we live? Can someone
think we
confirm
are.
if we're live? Can someone say something? Are we live?
Let me see. We're live on my Twitter tweet. Yes, we are. We're live on my Twitter tweets. We're live on the tubes of you.
I'm gonna put this in so many places.
You should do that.
It's gonna be crazy. Oh, someone in my Discord said GadgetCast was live. Thank you.
Really? Look at that. That's cool.
That. I didn't even have to do any work. All right.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
I have to check my Discord real quick. Let's see. What's up, everybody? Good to see you. Good to see you guys.
This is perfect. It's just us with two giant big smiles. It is really funny.
Love when that happens. Doesn't happen too often.
Notifications worked. Hey now.
Hey
now.
Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. Do. Hey now.
And links.
Hey now.
Oh my God. I'm having to do no work today. People are just posting this for me. What is going on?
Love it.
What is going on?
Hello. Heyo. Hi now. All right. Okay. A lot of nothing.
We've just been saying hey now and heyo.
Yeah, we're literally saying nothing.
This is the most entertaining stream. The people that showed up are just like,
I feel bad for them.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know.
True story, man. You need to get some purple headphones. What are you doing, man? Stay on brand.
Sorry, I do gotta get the GadgetCast purple headphones. I have, as I tell Travis all the time, I am inundated with headphones, and I have never reviewed one single headphone on my channel. The fine folks at Corsair sent me like the gaming headphones. They're actually really excellent. They are awesome. You actually put like a attachment right on the bottom. They're expensive too. They sent me for like a Mac video. I talked about them. I guess it was a kind of a review, but not really. But
that's cool.
That is really cool, right? But
I like Corsair stuff. Corsair, where are you? Holla at your boy.
Send Travis some stuff.
Send me some more RGB stuff. I got a bunch of Corsair stuff. I got two Corsair RGB mouse pads,
guys,
and the headphone thing.
GadgetCast exclusive right here. Oh, you see that, Travis? It's lighting up.
Oh man, look, go away, man.
The headphones.
I can't. I don't need to see this right now. I'm wearing the appropriate GadgetCast color headphones. You, on the other hand, over there, lollygagging.
I could start using these ones and then like set the sides to like purple.
That actually would work. You know, we should just print out the GadgetCast logo, and then I could put one on here, and you can put it on.
I could do like some sticker. Purple is pimp.
It is indeed. That purple pimp life, baby.
Oh man. Oh, I got so distracted. I was gonna tweet and then I didn't.
Whoa. I tweeted it. I tweet or twatted it. You can look at whatever I tweet or twatted, and then retweet or twatted it.
I'm gonna do my own tweet. How about that? So I'm already
halfway. You can do what you wanna do. Ooh. Boobily boo. We are here once again doing the GadgetCast, baby. All y'all peeps. We put out a lot of content lately. In case you have not seen, we had both John Rettinger and Mr. Mobile himself. What's his name again? I'm playing. That's my boy Michael Fisher.
We
made up the MF. I'm joking, man. I'm joking. I'm joking. Yes, this is StreamYard. But yeah, no, y'all. I'm just playing, man. Everyone knows I am the original MFer. Everyone knows this, and I've created it. I feel like he owes me some money once that thing goes viral, and he makes all this money with all these MFers.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so that's 2 shows just in the last week and a half that we've released, and that doesn't even count the one we did in between that was just a regular GadgetCast. So if you're behind, you can either watch the YouTube channel or you can go on audio. Of course, all of our podcasts are on audio as well. So go ahead and check those out. We ready to get this show on the road?
Sure.
Looks like we got people here. We're doing it big. All right. We will record.
Wait, we're not ready.
Oh, you're not ready. Okay, yeah. Do your.
Let me I gotta put on the multi-track. You are good recording your side, right?
I am. Finally have it correct. I have. This is going to be the most crispy of crisp. Super crisp. It'll be double
I
crisp.
think the last like 2 or 3 shows were not super crisp. How about that?
I know, and that bothers me. Even though they sounded fine, actually, when I went back and listened, I'm like, oh, they sound good.
Great.
But there's that last 2% that's like, that's what we normally have. We normally the super crisp.
Yeah.
Oh, we should look that up. I'll look it up during the show. I'll pull it up.
Mario Gomez.
Let me see. Mario Gomez.
Longer hair. Oh yeah, my hair is getting super. I told people, we're on the long hair. we're on like the alert, right? We're gonna see after like 2 months of isolation.
This dude?
That guy looks nothing like me. He's
not really.
Maybe the hair slightly.
I don't know. I don't see it.
He's too handsome.
All right, you ready?
Hold on. Let me get into it. Let me just take a sip of water.
Oh, watch out now. Greg is getting ready.
Get ready.
It's about to go down, ladies and gentlemen. The latest GadgetCast is about ready to fire off. I hope y'all ready. Let's get hype.
All right, Travis, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, record.
Hello, world, and welcome to another exciting edition of the crispiest podcast out there, the GadgetCast. I am your host, Gregory McFadden, joined just alone this time. We've had so many guests now by Travis MCP himself.
I think it goes without saying that our last couple of shows have been amazing. We had, of course, John Rettinger, Michael Fisher, the man himself. And, we're doing it big. We're doing it big.
I agree. We are doing it big. It has been big shows. Oh, my God. We had like 2 big guests like right in a row, which is kind of crazy. And,
they see the value in this show, which I don't blame them because they are intelligent people. Every intelligent creator knows to come on the GadgetCast. We will give them that bump. They will gain no less than 2 to 3 subscribers each time they come. Yeah. So they should come.
I re-listened to the one we did with Michael Fisher because it was really hard. When you have these guests on, they say a lot of smart things. And in the moment, sometimes it's hard to absorb exactly what they're saying because you're trying to think of what to say as well. So it's hard. And I went back and listened to him because like he was saying like some like really intelligent stuff. I want to say this because we didn't get to mention it on the podcast last time. As soon as we ended that stream, I just got a message from my girlfriend going, your guests look like Tony Stark. Why did you have Tony Stark on the podcast? And it did, right? Right? You go back and look at the live stream. He had the Alexa frames on, and he had that robot in the background, and it was like it does kind of like Tony Stark was on our podcast.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, no doubt, man. Michael Fisher is a gold dude. I got to hang out with him very briefly at CES. Super cool dude. I'm sure he would like that. That he is the Tony Stark of tech. I think he is in some ways.
Yeah, I'm calling it Tony Stark of tech. Michael Fisher. He's gonna change his name from Mr. Mobile to just Tony Stark, right?
Why not? Why not?
Yeah,
I think we get a cut of that. Us and Marvel.
That's like another shirt idea. Well, we don't have to let Marvel know.
We have so many shirt ideas.
We should just make a clothing business.
I know. Why are we having this podcast? We are missing out on millions of dollars of shirts.
Absolutely. Oh man, how's your week been?
It's been all right. I looked at what's going on in the world, and it's still kind of crazy. I just got done recording a couple of new videos for this week. One of which I'm actually really excited to release later this week. It'll be probably Wednesday when it comes out. And I spent a lot of time in it really being I just remember in speaking, I haven't watched the footage back yet. I was coming from a very genuine and sincere place as I'm talking about something very serious that's affecting not only tech, but us as a culture. I'm excited for that to come out because I feel like I'm really touching on some world things that just trying to say, yes, we're here to have fun. We're here to talk about tech and stuff and try to get our minds away from it, but also to keep perspective. As I was seeing some comments on a couple of videos that I felt like some people, not all, some people are out of touch with how much this is going to affect tech. Now, speaking of that, possibly, I mean, some people thought we might see it on Friday. Our good friend John Prosser knew that was not going to be the case. The iPhone 9/SE/ whatever the heck they're calling it is one of those things where Apple is taking a risk, but maybe a modified risk, in releasing a new product, a phone, at a time where we're up to almost 10 million people in the US unemployed. What do you think? I mean, we've talked about the phone itself. We know kind of what to expect. What do you think about the strategy?
It's a tricky one, and we've talked about the strategy even before on the show of do you hold these products? Do you release them? And yeah, it's interesting for sure. I know Prosser and was saying Apple was holding the launch even till April 15th, so they could kind of rain on OnePlus's parade. We talked about them as well, releasing a phone, right? Because they have to.
Yeah,
So
they have to, though.
Yeah.
I mean, OnePlus has to, because they have to have
Apple,
the phone.
Apple is in a pretty different situation though, because they have all this hoard of money. They're a giant corporation, and they can kind of do what they want to do. But at the same time, they are a business. They do have an obligation to shareholders, right? They do have to make money. That is the purpose of their company. They're there to make money. They're doing some really nice humanitarian stuff on the side. They're donating a lot of masks, which is great because there's a mask shortage. They're donating money. They're still paying their employees even if they're not at work, right? So they're still doing things that are shining them in a good light. But they still have to do some risk assessment, and they still have to decide, should we release these products or should we hold them? What's more dangerous? Are we going to lose more money if these sit in a warehouse somewhere and we have to, revise our plans? We got to get the next phone out. We got to get the phone out after that. Are people going to care about this cheap phone when we're trying to hype up the iPhone 12, maybe sometime in October or November if that gets delayed, or if it gets delayed out even further? So there's a lot of unanswered questions right now. I'm also seeing some good news. Just, I'm trying not to talk about it as much, but I'm just seeing some good news that where we had less reported, incidents of the C virus, I'll say, coming out, I think, today. So maybe this ends a lot sooner than some of us thought, which would be fantastic. I personally think it's going to linger for a while, but it would be fantastic if it gets to a point where it does end sooner. But for the strategy, I'm kind of leaning towards yes on just releasing it. I don't know how valuable the phone will be the longer they keep it stockpiled. And people, even if people aren't going to stores, and I'm sure they're going to lose a ton of just traffic and sales from people not going into the stores, people might still need a phone. We're all isolated. We're all kind of together. And if Apple can release a $400 phone, if someone was going to, buy a phone or their phone broke or whatever, maybe that's a better option for them as a consumer anyway. Maybe that's actually being helpful.
Yeah. I think it depends. I think it really depends. First of all, I hope that Apple is looking at this release cycle as a possible indicator for whether or not the 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, and stuff like that should really actually be released. So I feel like
you're smart.
Because here's the thing, they're releasing, it's going to be almost like for like. So you have a really bad economic situation right now, but a low price phone. Later, you're going to have a recovering-ish economic kind of situation with a very expensive phone. If the SE does well, SE or 9, whatever they're calling it, does well in this kind of situation, it's possible that at very least the 12, which we would hope and assume would be along the lines of the 11 and the 10R in pricing. We don't know this, but we're hoping, may be successful. However, I don't see in almost any situation where any of the pros, especially not the Pro Max, does well. Now, let's be clear. Does it mean they won't sell? Doesn't even mean they won't sell a lot, whatever a lot is. However, if you look at year over year, there's just no way they move nearly as many as they did, even in the last 2 years.
Yeah, and it's a tricky business anyway, right? Smartphone sales are declining, so who knows, the impact of the decline in sales just naturally happening over time, and then also this whole business. But I'm starting to. Travis got the big brain. He's going release it release this sacrificial lamb of a phone that ultimately might be a really popular phone, but in terms of Apple's profits and stuff, isn't going to do anywhere near what their main phones are. So Travis is absolutely right. And maybe they just released, these iPad Pros and these MacBook Airs. And I was looking at shipments of them and they're slipping. Now, I don't know if that's due to supply constraints or people are buying these up, but maybe they're looking at internal data from the first week of sales for these new products and going, yeah, these things are still flying off the shelf. Let's just release the next phone. I think in an ideal world where this didn't happen, right? There would have been a March event, which was pretty much, guaranteed. And all these products, the new iPad, the new MacBook Air, this new iPhone, which has been rumored forever, those all would have been announced then.
Yeah.
So it's funny that from all the reporting we're hearing, especially out of John Prosser out of Front Page Tech, he's saying they're ready to go, they're ready to sell. They got to go. And so that launch of the Air and the iPad Pro, it's probably your strategy in a way too. Going, let's launch these two inconsequential products. Let's see how they do. Oh, you know what? They actually did really well.
Yeah.
Let's put this phone out because we got the big phones coming.
Yeah, I mean, they have to, if you have them packaged and ready to go, you should definitely ship the products. From what we know now, the 12 and 12 Pro and stuff like that are not like completed. So you literally can make a strategy based on how these sell. I actually kind of go into this on my Wednesday video, which is why I said it now. And this to me is the best kind of sense of what could potentially happen. A lot of if you look, and I did a lot of research, a lot of the financial kind of experts are saying now that this kind of bounce back is not going to be as quick as we originally thought, mainly because this goes deeper. We keep going longer. It seems to take longer to get through this. And the reality is this, a lot of things are going to change. Number one, even though at some point we're going to be out of this, the question is, how does that change everyone's interactions with people? Right now, it is now normal to go into any store and see a bunch of people with masks on. 2 weeks ago, that was not the norm. In a couple of months, when we have just come away from that kind of way of living, how fast are you going to want to get into that crowded ass Apple store that's literally crowded every single time? Or what? I mean, where is your incentive to look at your existing phone and go, no, I need the new $1,200 joint. This is not good enough. Even though 2 weeks ago I didn't have a job. I mean, I don't believe that enough people are going to go, let me have that expensive one. I mean, just Samsung, they are catching the biggest L right now. I don't think that there will be. Now, I hope that there will be, because that means that the economy is rebounding and that's a good thing and everything is la 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 la. I don't think it happens this year.
Yeah. You can see we got Front Page Tech, John Prosser is in the chat. You got to join the live streams to get the latest breaking news. And it looks like he's pretty much confirming what you said and what, I elaborated on. The iPad Pro seems to be doing well.
By the way, I have a video I haven't shot yet about the iPad Pro and how I'm kind of upset with the iPad Pro, man. I'm telling you, man. I listen, I'm keeping my 12.9 because of the size. But damn it, man, if I had my 2018 12.9, I would not have bought this thing, would have gone right back. I would have booted that thing right out.
So Prosser reported that he reported first, by the way. Prosser's been on fire, I gotta say.
He's on fire, dude. This dude has been legit for years, man.
He scooped Mark Gurman. Mark Gurman's like one of the biggest Apple leakers, usually has the Apple stores first. I heard from Prosser first. I saw his tweet that Apple was training employees in stores. They were shipping iMacs to their homes to prepare for this remote launch of the for the iPhone SE, and that we're going to need a lot of technical support, which I can confirm that they do, because I've said on the show that I've had issues with my first iPad. I actually should update everyone. I got a new iPad Pro and it's fine. So I did get a lemon. It wasn't anything wrong with the product itself. I'll elaborate more on that in a video. But I was waiting on that tech support call from Apple, the longest I've ever had to wait. I waited like an hour to get someone, and it was, ooh, man, they must be busy with calls. So they're definitely wanting to train some retail employees if they're going to be launching a phone anytime soon.
I mean, think about it. There are more people at home to call and complain.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. And you can't go into the stores either. You might like normally if this was me, if the stores were open, if everything was fine, I would have been in the store the first day going, I got a problem. Can we get like a new one?
Yeah.
But you can't do that now. You got to call in and from what I could see, it's not a pleasant experience right now.
Yeah, the backup between like all the stuff that you're used to being able to do, going into Apple, getting something fixed, all that stuff, the delay and all that is going to be crazy because to someone's point in the chat, and again, if you're listening on audio, we greatly appreciate you, but make sure you, when you can, join us live on YouTube at youtube.com/GadgetCast, because in the chat, people are talking and we do kind of talk about some of the things they're saying. That, when the stores start opening back up, they're going to be staggering people in. They're not going to just have everyone come in like the big crap show that it was before. They're going to be staggering people. So here's the thing. How long is it going to be before you can literally just walk into an Apple store hoity-toity and do whatever you want? Because by the time those stores open back up and people actually have money to go in an Apple store, it's going to be holiday season.
Yeah.
And it's already a crap show. Can you imagine? I don't even know.
Yeah. And the stores. Oh yeah. We're going to have breaking news in just a second.
Oh my goodness. Here we go.
He's going to give me near finalized prototype info on the iPhone 12 that I can report on. Oh my God. I have it right here, folks. All right.
What do we got?
You guys ready for this?
Here we go. Let's go.
Why do we always break news on this show? I thought this
because John Prosser is our benefactor.
You gotta join in the GadgetCast live streams. You just heard Travis. This is breaking news. John Prosser has been on fire. I trust his track record. For the record, I trust his.
What if he tries to torpedo us with the one? He tries to get us canceled by saying something.
Now he's canceling us. He sees the. So John Prosser, he's got it. So it looks like we're gonna get 4 iPhone 12s, which we knew, right? Okay. So we got. All right, I'm gonna go through the whole list. I'm sorry,
no, go ahead. Let's do it.
All right, iPhone 12, 5.4 inches. Code name D52G. It's gonna have an aluminum body, a single camera, the A14 chip, and a reduced notch, so a smaller notch. iPhone 12, 6.1 inches. So that's the current size of the 11.
Wait, the first one called iPhone 12?
Yeah. So two iPhone.
So they're both called iPhone 12s.
Yep.
They're just okay.
Two different sizes. So it's a 6.1 inch. Code name D53G. That's one up. Aluminum body again. That one's gonna have the double camera like the 11. So this makes a lot of sense, right? So this 5.4 inch model is probably gonna be cheaper than what they're selling at now. Ooh. A14 with 5G. So the smaller phone will not have 5G according to this leak. The smaller phone will not have 5G. The 6.1 inch size will have 5G. It will also have a smaller notch.
Pricing probably has a lot to do with that. I'm guessing.
The iPhone 12 Pro. Okay. So that's codename D53P. It's going to be an iPhone 11 Pro, but bigger. So the Pro model right now has a 5.8 inch screen. This new one will have a 6.1 inch screen. So it's going to be bigger. The Pro models are getting bigger, basically. 3 cameras plus a LiDAR. So wide angle, ultra wide angle, telephoto, plus that new LiDAR sensor that's in the iPhone, the iPad Pro.
iPad. Yeah, we expected that.
Yeah, A14 and 5G chip and a smaller notch. And then Pro Max, codename D54P. Larger display, 6.7 inches. I think we've heard that before. A14 with 5G, 3 cameras, LiDAR, smaller notch. Interesting. Very interesting.
It's a lot. I wonder how much those will be. That's really what it comes down to.
I'm excited for that 5.4 inch phone. I kind of want to try like getting a smaller smartphone again, but phones like the 4.7 inch SE that's coming out might be like too small for me. So I want to see like a full. It's supposed to be kind of like that size, but just like a full screen phone. It's interesting though that it won't get 5G, which I guess isn't too much of a big deal by the time it launches.
The regular 12 is what you're talking about?
The small regular 12 looks like it might not have 5G.
Are the only ones that are getting 5G the Pros, or all of them except for that
bigger, the 6.1 inch 12, because there's going to be two 12s, 5.4 and 6.1. The bigger 6.1 12 will have 5G.
Okay.
So, which makes sense, right? Oh, wait, Prosser is saying the smaller one will have 5G. I'm wrong.
Oh.
It wasn't listed there, but he was missing. He sloppy. He's got me.
He's trying to get us canceled.
All 5G. All 5G. There you go.
Okay.
We got the.
I think we knew some of the sizes, but there's some interesting information.
Yeah, the sizes were leaked early. We got the code names. We got reduced notch, which was not confirmed. So we got that reduced notch and smaller notch on all that. 5G on all the models. That wasn't certain. But it looks like that's confirmed. The real takeaway I think here is single camera on the smaller iPhone, which is interesting because if I'm looking at it now, you have you're selling a regular 11 with 2 cameras, and then you're selling. So is that going to be cheaper than the current model sell for $699? Does this smaller 5.4 inch, does that take the $699 spot as the new entry level, or do they go even further and go, let's do a $599 phone? Let's get really.
If they can be aggressive, it would be smart this year, especially. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yes. Yeah. I'm curious on that 5.4 inch phone. If that's $599, that's a big deal, I think.
So my thought is like, in some ways, like at first you might think from the surface, this is terrible to come out with so many different versions of a phone in a year where economics are terrible. However, it does potentially allow you to be slightly more nimble depending. So here's the thought. You do a minimum order of each size. You will, as Apple, will definitely sell out of the minimum order. Like even if things are bad financially, you'll sell out the minimum order of each. You'll also have a better idea of which is the most popular size and then only really manufacture the most of those because the processor itself is the same. So you're getting a discount on making a lot of A14s. You're using OLED across most, if not all of those, right?
Yeah, all the new ones are supposed to have OLED now.
So, and with the exception of the 1 or 2 that don't have 5G, you're using the same modem there. So essentially the only difference is like the casing, which again, if you maybe buy minimum quantities, you are thereby leveraging less opportunity for risk financially, and you only then make whatever's the most popular one for this year in any type of significant quantities, and then hope 2021 rebounds you somewhat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it is so uncertain with everything, but I mean, they're obviously working on it, right? I heard like you were alluding to, one of the recent rumors I read was that Apple is planning to launch them, but like they're trying to gauge like, all right, we're going to make these. How many do we order for the first wave? How many do we order? Do we go with our normal estimates? Do we overestimate because maybe we think this new model is going to be really popular? Or do we go really conservative and not order all that many because we think the economy is not going to be that good? We still need to sell some, obviously, but we don't want a giant stockpile of this brand new iPhone 12 sitting in a warehouse somewhere and they're not moving units. And then the iPhone 13 comes out and then all of a sudden no one's buying the old phone, Well,
the other question is, can they even make large pre-orders anyway? Just based on the backlog of stuff for when China was down for a couple of weeks. Like,
yeah,
can they even if they wanted to, can they make a tremendous amount of product? I don't know the answer to that. I'm just kind of asking the question.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, it's so uncertain, right? We hear stories that the China supply chain is back online. I saw photos out of China this week. We're talking about what will the world look like when this is over, when this infection goes away? Will people not gather in large groups anymore? Will people be scared to do that? Man, I go look up photos out of like Wuhan, China. Like the first day they were free, all packed in together.
They have no choice. It's China, man. They have no choice.
I don't know, man. I would be home still. I would be scared. I'm like, there's a second wave coming or something.
Yeah.
We think that the world's going to change a lot, and I'm sure there will be social practices that change. But I think when this is all over, I think people forget things pretty quickly.
They do. And it's not to say that we won't be
world.
Yeah, it's not that we won't be back into some sort of normalcy that kind of makes sense, but I wonder like how much certain businesses might change how they do business, because now they have to look at this as like a potential in the future. They have to minimize risk to their company. So like, how do you do that? First of all, everyone has to figure out a way to do remote. For restaurants, it's got to be like a more aggressive takeout / DoorDash type of thing, right? Obviously, that is proven very strong that is a thing. For other companies, you look at like Macy's is having major problems. You look at like I know that we talked about, what was it? Cheesecake Factory is not paying their April rent.
Yep.
Like every company that comes out of this, a huge shift in strategy needs to come. Now, one of the things I mentioned in my listening 504 is like he's made a lifelong germaphobe out of 504.
I'm with 504. My hands have never been cleaner. My hands they feel so nice and clean all the time.
I will say one thing that I wanted to say for my video, but I think it's important, and I love GadgetCast, so I'm going to share it with you. It's one thing that people aren't talking about. So there's this thought that part of the economy or a large portion of the economy will snap back as soon as people come back to work, because there'll be this pent up kind of thing. And for some things that is true. However, if you're really paying close enough attention, you will know that not all those jobs that have been lost are going to be there when this is over. A lot of them are gone forever, which means you now have a new influx of just straight up unemployed people. So it is, and then of course you got companies that were struggling to begin with. Macy's was already struggling, and GameStop was very much struggling, which I believe is the reason they didn't want to close down in the first place. But didn't they say they're closing down a whole bunch of stores? I think they announced that.
Yeah, and they've been closing stores even before this all happened. I know a lot of ones near me closed up shop, and yeah, they were trying to say we're essential services. It's like, nope.
I mean, they were holding on to it, man, weren't they?
Oh,
yeah, man. There's some scary numbers out there right now, but let's just say this:
it's scary,
the landscape of tech needs to change. And listen, for the last couple of years, mobile sales have been kind of going down, and there was a slight blip, I think, in 2019 where it didn't completely like crap the bed. But this is just a reminder. I think we're going to see. I saw a number earlier that it was like Italy or something, which makes sense because of what's going through. 33% less purchases of mobile products, which makes sense, right? But you know what shot up in Italy, which I think makes total sense, and I didn't see that same statistic for America, but I'm sure it is. Video games shot right the hell up. Now, number one, obviously that makes sense. Number two really big games came out, so that didn't hurt either. But if you don't need like a new phone, I don't see a lot of people. Now, you could very much argue you don't need a new iPad. Although a lot of companies and stuff, like you said before, are using it for remote work. So maybe that's why they're selling. I don't know.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's hard. Like we're trying to be as rational as possible. We're trying to be logical using our brains and stuff. But humans are so unpredictable, and they can be so irrational at times that we're thinking like, well, obviously the last thing someone needs is a new phone right now, but then you have someone in their house for like 3 weeks and like, I just need something to be exciting and keep me going. Let me get that new iPhone and do all that. Mine's slow. I've been on it all the time. The battery is not doing good. Or, people will rationalize things in the strangest ways, even if it's not the best decision to make right now, even if they just like lost their job or something like that. I don't think we should underestimate that. But yeah, it's one of those things that's so unpredictable right now. And yeah, like video games aren't cheap, right? Like new games, like $60. Maybe it's not something you want to be buying like during something like this. Nintendo Switches, as we've talked about before, right? That's like a pretty big purchase. That's like a $300 purchase.
You can't even find them.
Switch. You can't even find them because people are home. They got nothing to do. They're like, I need something to keep me busy. I'm used to being home, Travis. I don't know if you are. Being home, right?
I am. I love it.
I think me too. There's a lot of people I think who like have never spent more than like 2 days like in their house before, and they're just like, what do I do?
I want to know how many single people are going to be after all this. How many divorces are going to be? Let me know. Let me know how many people are going to be divorced at the end of this.
Travis, don't.
I'm just saying, that's happening.
Yeah, I think my parents.
Oh, terrible. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So listen, by the way, Greg brought something up the other day, and this is like behind the scenes stuff. I guess less people listen to podcasts during this because you're not driving to and from. Yeah. Shame on you. I hope all y'all are going to binge the hell out of us when we go back.
Well, yeah, that was an interesting statistic. Travis and I discovered, and we saw it with our own audio listening numbers, not necessarily. We did see it.
The video's fine.
We saw it in the live stream, which was interesting, but I think that was.
But we know why that is, because look at our numbers right now. We're fine.
Our numbers are fine right now. There was like, I think like the last couple of live streams, there was like this issue with like suppression, or YouTube was doing something different. I don't know. You could search for GadgetCast and the live show wouldn't come up, or notifications weren't sent out to some people, whatever. But I just did the search right now, and it's right at the top like it should be, like when you go live, right? So, and the numbers here prove that people are back in the live streams. Like we were like half our numbers what we're doing now.
Yeah.
For. So live stream's back on top, but the audio listening, Travis and I both noticed like we were going on like a steady increase week over week. Some shows maybe like dipped a little bit, but the trend was up on audio listens. And ever since this, you can trace it right back to when everyone started doing like this work from home stuff. We noticed our numbers in the audio podcast downloads started to drop. Yeah. And we saw an article basically going like, yeah, podcast listening is way down because these are things that people would normally listen to on either their commute or at their job, where maybe now that they're working from home, they're like, let me load up like a YouTube video. Let me load up that. But live streaming's up. So we should be having higher numbers in the live stream because people want.
And we do. And I think it actually almost has, I looked at the Michael Fisher live stream numbers on the back end, because it actually shows more numbers than it does on the front end. And if you add those to our audio, we're actually about the same, if not maybe a little up. So yeah, I think people are shifting to a lot of live streams. And Gwendolyn in chat says she mostly listens in the car, which makes sense, of course. And Tish says, I listen while I'm working in the studio, pre-pandemic now and after. It makes me not feel so alone. Being single sucks. So, well, we love you, Tish. We definitely got your back for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And my goodness, what a first 30 minutes of this live stream.
It's been 30 minutes already. This has been
I've been telling you. Oh, okay. Let's talk about. I want to real quick touch on the iPad Pro.
Let's go ahead,
because I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to shoot this video or not. I just shot 2 other videos. I would like to do one only because I feel like I want to give my 2 cents on the 2020 versus 2018. I just don't know if it's going to do well on my channel. So that's always this thing in my mind where I'm like, am I going to do it? Because I don't know if it's going to do well on my channel. By the way, it was so funny. I was watching one of my favorite creators. I guess this is all relative, Greg. You'll appreciate this. And I was watching one of my favorite creators. He was talking about how he doesn't, he's like, well, I would do video game reviews, but no one really watches them. I look at, this is very relative. I look at his numbers for those video game reviews, 100 to 200,000 views. He's like, no one watches those. 100 to 200,000 people do. But for me, that number's not 100 to 200,000. It's much different, but it is relative to everyone. Like, no one watches it. What are you talking about? Anyway, I will talk about it here on the podcast though. So I got the 12.9. Have I had it a week yet? I don't think. Yes, I have. So I think I'll rate around. I got it. I got the bridge keyboard, which is already in the box ready to go back. I ended up getting the overpriced, normal, stupid Apple keyboard for it, which works. And Greg and I agreed better part of a year ago that we loved our iPad Pro so much that we wanted the 12.9, but it didn't make sense for us to buy the 12.9 by the time we figured this out, because we knew that the new Pro was right around the corner. Like, we knew that. I was like, it doesn't make sense. Well, I was hoping that there would be enough of a jump between the 11 and 12.9. I'm sorry, between the 2018 and 2020, as there was between the 2018 and the one before it, 2017 or whatever it was. Because there was a huge, like, the processing power of the 2018 is massively awesome, right? Love it. The 2020 is the same damn thing. And I did the only test that I've seen no one else do, because I wanted to know, and I have it recorded, where I'm like, okay, I use my iPad Pro for one main thing, and this should be better. If not, it's a waste of my money. What do you think that is, Greg? You know what this is.
Video editing.
Of course. That's what my iPad Pro is used for, to edit my videos on YouTube. So you would think in a 1.5 year difference, you're going to see a speed increase. Well, good news. There is one. Bad news. It's about 1 second difference, which is the biggest slap in the face. I want you to imagine from it. Now, some people will try to be an apologist about it. Goes, well, but it's just that I saw I think Snazzy Q or something on Twitter mentioned, well, it's difficult to get all these GPUs, and the other one was an old GPU. I don't give a crap about it. It's not my problem.
That's a really good Snazzy Q impression, I gotta say.
I don't. Yeah, well, I don't know what he sounds like, but I think that's what he said. And
I think it's funny, honestly.
I think he's a nice guy, but I mean, whatever. I mean, I don't know if he's not. He might be a terrible person. I have no idea if he's a good or a bad person.
He's a nice guy.
He's a good creator. I know that. I don't know anything else about him. So having said that, I don't care about that. A year and a half. Let's say you bought a phone a year and a half ago, and the new version comes out a year and a half later, and it's using the same damn processor, and it's no faster. Are you not roasting the hell out of that company? Is that company not going to the bars? People are going to be dropping mixtapes on these suckers and stuff. Terrible, ladies and gentlemen. Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. And I want to say to Matt McCourt in the chat, you know, it's when we're being critical of this product and the upgrade thing, it's not like it's a bad product. It's not worth the upgrade if you had the 2018 version, but if you're coming from nothing or you're coming from a device older than that, it's still a great product. I still love it, even though we just want it like a bigger upgrade, but it's not like, oh, I'm never using this product again. It's like, well, yeah, it's like, this is the best thing available. We were just hoping for a bigger jump. So don't think.
Yeah, let me be clear. You're right. To be clear, from 2018 to 2020, and that's what I'm talking about. As it stands, it's still the best tablet, period. Still a workhorse machine, period. There's no jump. Yeah.
So Matt McCourt is replacing his first gen 12.9. This is you're gonna love it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna be like,
you're gonna be fine.
Best device ever. What was Travis and Greg talking about with this upgrade thing? No, it's only a precautionary tale to people who are spoiled like us, and we had the last model, you know, which isn't most people. So you have to balance that. It's a hard balancing act to walk, where it's like, well, these were my expectations for the product, and I really wish it was more, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with it, and it's still excellent. But the last one was excellent. So is it an upgrade for people who had the last one? Absolutely not. Do not. But for other people, yeah, it's great. I love it. I still love it.
Listen, to be clear, I am not returning it.
Yeah.
To be clear, I'm not returning it. It's just that I was really hoping for some kind of jump for the time. So I saw someone in chat said that Noah Herman did some type of LumaFusion. I'll go check it out, see if his results are the same as mine.
I would love to know. I would love to be the fly on the wall during all of this, because let's be honest, when this iPad was in production, given the release date that we just got, right? This is when all the trouble in China was going on. So was there a plan to have a better processor in this? And then were they not able to, just because the production lines in China were shut down, and they were basically like, well, we still have this production line of all the old chips for the old iPad Pros. I think we're just going to have to slap it in, you know what I mean? So I wonder behind the scenes if that happened, because it is very un-Apple like to, I mean, almost 2 years. I don't think it was quite 2 years, but almost 2 years, right? 2018, 2020. It's, if you're going by, you know, exact dates. But Front Page 6 says the iPads were done in January. So,
well, this stuff was happening in
it was happening in November.
Yeah.
I just don't know what the chip change was. Obviously, we're hearing rumors that, you know, maybe there's a 5G iPad coming sooner. Maybe they wanted to save the big chip jump for that. And then maybe they thought, why waste our efforts developing this chip when it's just going to be replaced in 6 months, kind of thing, which is probably the smartest thing to do, right? But then at that point, why even release this one at all? I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I listen. Yeah, Z for zero change. Yeah, Z for zero change. That's about right.
Travis, you got the new ultra wide camera. It's really,
bruh.
You gotta watch the live stream so you can just see Travis' face.
Bruh. Yeah. No. Negative.
Have you finally figured out with the AR though? Have you finally?
I haven't tried it yet because I would like to.
Open up.
However,
that IKEA app and place some furniture in your home.
I will. I guess one time. One time.
No, one time. It's a cool tech demo. I think you'll like it. You'll be like, oh, it's pretty cool. But then you'll never use it again. Possibly.
I mean, Possibly. You're talking
Possibly.
about 100%.
100%.
Definitely never again. Definitely.
Oh man, what a
Just
show!
terrible.
What a
What a
show!
show indeed. Yeah, we should get Prosser on here. He's always in the chat. He
Yeah,
needs to just come
Prosper, you're
on.
gonna come on the next show. We got you booked for Thursday. Be here.
Is it Thursday? What you doing on Sunday? I don't like doing these midweek things.
You know what, midweek? All right, Prosper, next Sunday you're on the show.
Unless our numbers go back up. If our midweek numbers go back up, then sure.
Prosper, you're officially invited to the Sunday show.
Yes.
We will not take no for an answer. There will be no no's. All right, he's in. He sounds good. Count him in. John Prosser, you heard it here first. You heard it here first on the GadgetCast that he will be on the next GadgetCast.
I mean, might as well just break all the news like with his own voice and his own. Now, okay, Prosser, hold on for a second.
I'm counting that as my guest book. The threat, I think, worked.
That hardly counts. First of all, I'm the one that just said it. And secondarily, there was no work for that. That was literally like we're in the middle of the podcast. And by the way, Prosser thinks he's going to be slick. And I think he thinks I don't remember who he is. You need to have your camera, man. I see you on your live streams with no camera. Come on, man. Come on, Prosser. I know you got a webcam somewhere.
He might not. There's a webcam shortage, Travis.
I know there is a webcam shortage.
He has a really good excuse.
Here's something interesting about the webcam shortage, which I like. So there's a company, and he knows. Look at him. Look at him. He's laughing about it because he knows. So yes, for those of you who don't know, I think we talked about this a week or so ago. If you try to go on Amazon and buy a webcam of any sort, they're pretty much all sold out, especially any ones that are good. The ones that are not sold out are charged to the nth degree. But I love this company already. I've dealt with them and worked with them and done reviews of their products before. Wisecam, that company that has like the $20 indoor cameras, have released a beta firmware that allows you to take your security camera and make it a webcam, which is awesome. So I actually have an extra Wisecam. I'm going to go ahead and try that with the firmware and upgrade it. So you can still get Wisecams. They're $20, 1080p. You go on, I think you can get on Amazon and still get them. And then you just download the firmware and now you have a webcam.
Travis has got you good. The Elgato Cam Link is also good if you have like a spare camera, but that was sold out on Amazon. But I saw someone tweet that they're available at Best Buy. I don't know if that's still the case. You could try that out if you have like an old camera laying around. You need a webcam. You'll have the best webcam on your work conference call. You're like, oh my god. Real quick, I did want to mention this. I completely forgot about it in the entire show. I was trying to wrap things up here. So I put a new video out on the MacBook Air Core i7 model. I think I was one of the first. Honestly, I was looking. I'm like, am I one of the first to do a video? I think I actually slipped in there as one of the first people to get one out there because I think most people ordered the i5 version to test out. But I was like, let me see how powerful it can get. Let's slap in the best chip in here. Let's see how can the Air go toe to toe with like the entry level MacBook Pro. That's what I was trying to find out because I thought it might be the better deal for a lot of people, you know. So I did my video on that, and I basically just ran some benchmarks. I'm still doing a lot of real world testing. Benchmarks really, you could see a number, you can kind of get a direct comparison. But I still want to do some like video editing and stuff on it. Just kind of run it through a regular workflow. I'm still working on that part, so I'm still gonna have a lot more to talk about it. But I did some benchmarks on it, and it was pretty promising. So go watch my video on my channel if you want like the full details. But basically, my conclusion as of this point, I still have to do more testing, but right now it is. You're getting a product that's getting close to CPU power in the regular Pro, and in some ways better. Like I know in like the single core scores, like just running one processor, not doing multi-core stuff, it scored higher than the entry-level MacBook Pro, which was interesting to me. I'm like, oh wow, it's actually getting higher on single core performance. Multi-core, it's like almost there. It's not quite still like the MacBook Pro edges it out, but it's getting close enough to where I think most people should probably get like the i5 version or the i7 if you want to just ramp it up. And because the 13-inch Pro, it's going to get updated soon. So I really wouldn't recommend it. Just wait if you really want the Pro. But it's got the bad keyboard. It comes with 128 gigabytes of storage. And it's like you could get that i7 MacBook Air with 256 gigabytes of storage, the better keyboard, better speakers, better microphone, all that good stuff. And it's $50 cheaper than the entry-level Pro right now. So that's basically my thought going into it. I'm going to talk about it more next week though, because I'm gonna do some video editing on it. I'm going to run some more tests. But yeah, and I'm sick of these comments in the chat, Travis. or not the chat, the my comment section on this.
Oh,
I normally don't get upset with comments in my comment section, but I've got so many comments of people who watch like one video on like a MacBook, and they're like, it's the processors aren't being used to their full potential because the heat, it doesn't have 3 fans in it cooling it. And I'm like, yeah, but I ran the numbers for you. Like I'm using the thing. It's fine. Like, yeah, they could have made it a better thermal design. They could have put more fans in it. They could have made it thicker and stuff. But like on the product called the MacBook Air, you could be a little more forgiving. On the Pros, yeah, go ahead, be like, oh, why didn't they put this and that in there? But on the Air, it's like, do you want it to be like 10 pounds heavy? Like, what do you want?
it's for a different person,
a different audience.
Yes.
I'm just trying to say, like, can you slip by with this? And I'm thinking you can.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, listen, that's another Gadget Cast in the can, so to speak.
Travis,
Yes.
I think this might have been our best show yet.
It was a good show. It was a good show. I don't know that it was better than Michael Fisher, though.
Let me plug myself too, actually. I've been doing a lot of game streaming on Twitch these past
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
All right.
Here we go. Go ahead with your Twitch. I saw you early in your last video. You're like, by the way, I have a Twitch channel. I'm like, this dude is loving Twitch, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and do it.
Hey, I'm having so much fun on Twitch. I think I'm quitting YouTube. I'm full Twitch. Like you got 3 Gregs, I think. I think I have like a split personality disorder. You got the 3 Gregs. You got the YouTube Greg, you got the GadgetCast Greg, you got the Twitch Greg. Twitch Greg's the most wild, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Twitch
I gotta watch this.
Cursing, don't keep your kids in the room when you got Twitch Greg on. He's all kinds of crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun doing it. I've actually am doing a lot better than I thought I would, and that's what people in my chat are telling me. I have a funny story. Oh man, see, this podcast is dragging out. So I'm doing Twitch. I'm doing the first stream on Twitch, right? And that's before I promoted it in my YouTube. I just wanted to do it by myself, see how comfortable I was doing it. I'm doing Twitch. I got some people watching, and then by the end of the stream, they're like, "Oh, do you have like a Twitter? Like, we want to keep following you. We want to see when you go live." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I have a Twitter. Check out my Twitter." And they're like, "Oh, it's like, do you have a YouTube channel for this too?" And I'm like, it's not about gaming. It's more about like tech and stuff like that. But about, I'll put it here. Here's my YouTube channel if you're interested. It's, they go on the YouTube. I see in the chat, oh my God, you have 74,000 subscribers. So it's a lot of fun. I already got affiliate on Twitch. I already got,
damn.
I already got over 50 followers. I already got the watch time. Yeah, I'm kicking butt on Twitch.
Oh, because you're playing one of the popular games, huh?
I was playing Resident Evil 3 remake.
Yeah, that just came out.
Animal Crossing stream.
Yeah, those are big games.
No, people were saying like like according to them, I'm ignorant when it comes to Twitch. They were saying like, wow, like you're doing like great. Like these are like really good numbers for your first like time streaming. And I'm like, okay.
It is. It usually you're there with 0 people.
Like, I don't really 20 people at one. So
I don't think I've ever had 20 people on any of my Twitch or Mixer streams. Of course, I don't really do a lot of game streams, but even when I did, I've never had 20 people. And I don't know what you're doing. Oh, besides play, of course, I'm not playing any of the current hot games either, which might be helpful. But regardless, I've never done that. I
got the hot games, guys. So I'll leave a link in the podcast description and all that. So check out my Twitch if you like games. If you don't like games, no pressure. Don't be pressured. I don't want you there if you don't actually want to watch me. Just
no, listen, turn him into a Twitch superstar, then he can do me a shout out, and then he can. Matter of fact, Greg, you should set your Twitch to auto host me.
Maybe I gotta check out.
You're supposed to do that anyway. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna check out your channel. I'm gonna see what it's all about.
A lot of it's simul streams of my Saturday morning stream. But I do sometimes play games. Actually, I'm doing more Mixer than I am Twitch, and I'm barely doing that. But anyway, check out Greg. I'm sure he'll put his link in the show notes below. And if he remembers to tell me, I'll put it in the stream, the link here or something. Anyway, regardless, for everyone in the chat, after shows coming up. For everyone on the podcast, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again next week. This is GadgetCast, baby. He's Greg. I'm Travis. Peace.
I forgot we had an after show.
We do. We have a brief after show. Let me turn off this. Let me hold on for a second. Let me change these headphones out. Hold on. Yeah, that's pretty good because I don't. I mean, I haven't streamed in a long
How
time.
is
I probably need to get on that. I actually
yeah,
wanted to get into it,
yeah.
but I have not done so as of yet. I need to get into
You
that.
should do it. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it. So here's the funny thing. Like about a year ago, I was really trying to be conscious of that, and I set a reminder on my calendar to always tell me when to stream on Twitch, and I just never.
You know, you know what the biggest issue is, and for you especially, because you have like the vidIQ stuff. It is a time sink,
Yeah.
and it is like I was streaming for like 5 hours, and it
Oh,
is
good Lord.
yeah,
I never do that.
yeah. And from what I can tell, I was trying to like look up some strategies on Twitch, like like how do you grow on Twitch and stuff? Because I was in the platform, I was trying to look it up, I was trying to make something of it, and it's like like stream for like 4 hours, and it's like that's a lot of time.
It is a lot of time.
And, like I have like this new game that I wanted to beat, so I was dedicated. But like going forward every day, I don't know. I got to make like a reasonable schedule for myself because I got other things to do. But for now, I'm enjoying it, and the streams fly by for me. I'm having tons of fun. I'm liking it a lot more than I thought I would, to be honest. I was like, maybe I'll like this. I don't know. Like I like to game, so let me try it out. But interacting with people while you're gaming, it's so much fun. I don't think I would like. Yeah.
I thought I want to be able to do it too. Like I have a mixer and a Twitch. And so 504 brings up a good point, which is one of the reasons I don't want to get partnered with Twitch because podcast we both will. Yeah, we sync it in post. He syncs it in post. I ain't doing that mess. Yeah, after you switch on Twitch, you can only stream on them once you're, I think, affiliate. So I am like a partner or something on Mixer, even though I barely ever stream there. But I don't think they have the same requirement like Twitch. If once you hit that monetization point, you can't simultaneously stream anywhere else, and I don't want that. I want to be everywhere. So I know the $3.50 from Twitch isn't worth me not being able to stream to other places. So I want to be able to multi-stream, but I only really play games on my Xbox, and it can automatically stream to I can pick either Twitch or whatever.
Can you
make integration's really good with it.
Only not stream games on Twitch?
For Twitch, if once you become a partner, you can't multi-stream. You have to.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Can I get political for a second, Travis?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't care. This is not the podcast anymore.
All right. I'm gonna upset everyone here.
Oh, geez, here we go. Savage Greg.
All right, let's get savage. No, how is Apple donating like more masks than like the federal government? How is that like a thing?
I didn't know that was a thing. That is kind of crazy.
Tim Cook like just put out a tweet. It's like we donated over 20 million masks. So, and I'm like, judging from everything I'm seeing, like people are saying like they can't get like thousands of masks through the federal government right now. So how is Apple? They said they got it through their supply chain, so they're pulling strings. They're getting those masks to us, but 20 million masks, that's a lot, and we need them because the nurses and stuff, they don't have them, and they're reusing them.
Yeah, man, it's not a good thing. I just retweeted someone on Twitter saying that, I think this gentleman and I think he said his wife both work at a grocery store, and it's so aggravating that people have to go through this. And I really, like I said in the video I recorded, I really took some time to really say, listen, let's help each other out. I don't normally do that. It wasn't exactly being political, but it was certainly being kind of like, come on, let's help each other out. And we need more of that for sure.
Just read Tish's comment that I piss them off every stream. God, they're only Travis.
Let me see, what is this? Oh, yeah, there are masks out there. There's a company refusing to increase supply because we never find. Yeah, exactly. I'm
great.
Yeah, it's crazy. Exactly. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's a good one.
Let's go. I'm watching this Noah Herman video where he does a bunch of different speed tests.
There you go.
Originally, that was going to be my idea to do a speed test, but it's like, that's not really what people come to my channel for. However, to rant about the fact that I wasted my money on an iPad, I think people would watch that. Maybe.
That's the winning video.
So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, I hope everyone out there is staying clean and stuff. Oh, in China Online, the parent of one of our students asked if they could mail us masks. Oh, that's crazy, man. How's China helping us out? I mass trade for TP. Exactly right. So I was on Amazon at the right time and placed my order like a week or so ago. So I'm okay for a while. Funny how as soon as I got that, I started going to number 2 more often. I think I was holding it.
Yeah, you're the natural instinct of your body is like, oh,
I was like, okay, we can do this. Let's go.
One roll left.
Yeah. Oh, now I feel
Who
good.
disliked this stream? Who was it? Which one of you?
Someone disliked it?
Who was it? Who disliked it? Like, who came into the stream and like disliked it? Number one, I think you gotta know who we are, right? Like, I don't think you're fine the stream.
So either they're trying to cancel you, or they're just like Samsung fans that think that all we talk about is Apple, which is sometimes true. Not because we're just Apple fans.
Like, stream and like, oh, someone just liked the stream. As I said, someone disliked it. See?
Yeah.
There's still a lot of people here in the after show. What's going on?
Yeah, there is a lot going on back and forth because there's still a lot of people. Most people leave after we start.
They want to double GadgetCast tonight. All right, you ready, Travis?
This is the aftercast. This is called the aftercast.
People want to cancel me so bad. Oh my god, bad.
Even the game with Greg. Don't get your boxes in a bunch. Oh, love it. There, leathers on. Can you imagine the the Nomad when you can't breathe? You put on because they got the Horween leather. Nomad. That's funny.
What do I use for lighting right now? I got like a Frankenstein setup. I got an Elgato key light, and then I think I have like a newer light with like a soft box on this side right now. For my other videos, I have like a giant aperture dome light that a long time ago when I visited Jonathan Morrison, JD was like, "You need this light," and I was like, "I do need this light." I like spent like $600 on a light. So,
oh my god,
it's a nice light, but I was like, maybe I didn't need it at that time, and I just did it. But now I'm bigger; it's fine.
It's fine.
Paid for itself. I'm just like bad with lighting. Like I was like so inspired after like leaving their studio. I'm like, I'm gonna be like John. I'm gonna be like an artist now, and I'm gonna like have like the coolest setup. I learned so much, and it's still just like so hard to get lighting right. Like if you can master lighting, your videos look so good. It is so hard to master lighting, and I still try, and it is tough. So I got it set up now. I'm okay with it, but I still got to improve it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Wait, Krayler Mate says he got the A7 III partly because I make my A-roll look so good. So what the hell?
What?
I inspired people with my A-roll.
You're a-hole.
I'm so happy. I'm so touched. Oh my god. I really inspired you?
I think he's talking about your a-hole, not your a-roll.
No, he's talking about my A-roll.
Oh.
I'm actually that made my day. Now I have a new thought of like my videos. They must be
Don't worry, let me talk about it for a couple minutes and you'll feel bad again.
Yeah. Oh I don't even wanna. I hate like the reflections that get on the screen when you're like shooting a video. Like, oh, gotta do it over.
Well, it's funny because I just edited rough edit for tomorrow's video. I decided I'm gonna release one tomorrow, Wednesday, and probably Saturday. And the lighting isn't like I'm like trying to compensate for some of the lighting with like LUTs and stuff because it's too bright on one side. I'm like, son of a bitch. So tomorrow's video is going to be kind of funky looking. But I only made this video for tomorrow because I was looking at my metrics and a couple of my older videos from November started kind of popping a little bit over the last couple of days.
Travis is pop.
I'm going to try to take advantage of that and move it because I've been told that that's what I should do. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, A7 III, even Viper stuff looks really crisp. I'm like,
A7 III is it is a great camera. I still use it. I got like I said, I think I mentioned this before. I actually have the A6600. If people are looking to save money, you're going to get basically the same video quality as the A7 III. A7 III is better with low lighting though, so if you know you're going to do that, get the A7 III. But if you want like a flip up screen, A6600 is the way to go. It's basically like the same video as the A7 III. Oh my god, I was losing my point. Anyway, the A7 III is great. If you really want to see, again, go look up Jonathan Morrison. I know he did a video with Dave 2D where he specifically goes, I did this on the A7 III. I know some of his more recent videos, I think, was also shot on the A7 III. because like I think he's working with like what basically by himself right now, right? No
Hmm.
crew. So I think he's by himself, right, with no crew doing all that stuff. So
Who's that?
Jonathan Morrison.
Yeah, Jonathan.
So he uses an A7 III. And if you want to see how good that camera can get, go watch it. Go watch one of his videos where he uses it, and you're like, "How do I get my video to look like that?" And he's like, and he says online like, "Oh, I only use picture profile 1. Like I don't do any LUTs or anything like that." I'm like, "Yeah, but how'd you get it to look like that?"
Yeah, because when I used it looked like trash. I should show you when I had the A6400 briefly, how trash everything looked. It just looked so trash. I'm like, I don't understand. Anyway, I got like other live streams to do. I got this edit to finish. I got lots of stuff to do. So thank you everyone for joining us, even on the Aftercast. We appreciate you. Aftercast. I think that's a good name. We're going to use that.
Look at that. We got the branding on point.
So make sure, I know that maybe you heard this whole thing. Download the podcast anyway.
I really wanted to launch those shirts, but then like all like this crazy stuff happened. I'm like, people don't want to buy shirts, right? So
yeah, I mean, they barely wanted to buy them when it wasn't terrible. That's we can design them regardless. Like use these, man.
The hype. We're gonna get the hype. All right, we're gonna design them. We're gonna get the hype. We're gonna get the cancel. Maybe by next show we'll have.
Yeah, I mean, you're
your pick
for the project. Yeah. Well, you have the design person in your family.
Yeah, no, we'll get it done. We'll get it done.
Cool. All right, everyone. We will see you again real soon. Peace.
Take care.